enjoy the fun, chatting with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.
Hello, and welcome to Kickin' Crocs, the podcast where we talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff. My name is Steve, 1/3 of Kickin' Crocs.
Dave, 1/3 of Kicking and Crocs.
And Nick, 1/3 of
No,
Kickin'
you are
and
the
Crocs.
final third,
No,
sir.
we're doing it very professional today.
Oh my God.
The final
still
third is
a
not
third.
professional?
I don't know. What's up, guys?
No,
How we
I
doing?
will not carry on until you say you're the final third.
I am the final third.
Thank you.
Unless I start, then Steve's the final third.
That's a good point, because then I'd be the last one to go, so I'd
That's
be the
not
final
how it
third.
Depends on what part of the catch we're at.
Yeah, although you were the final person to get a third, so kind of, I guess that's what
This
makes
is
you the
correct.
final
Appreciate
third.
the gift and the
So
recognition.
Dave
I'll
is
take
like
it.
the middle third. I was the top of the order third.
That kind of makes sense.
Actually,
Dave acts like the middle
I
child.
think I would be the top of the order. Sorry.
It doesn't change my position. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you're the final
You guys
third.
can battle that out. I'm fine
The
with it.
amount
either.
It doesn't really matter.
The
I was
amount
more
of
going off the
Crocs I
order.
have.
I was more
Yeah.
going off the order that we say it in. That's what I was going off. Anyways,
I
hi
love
everybody.
it.
How you guys doing?
Hi, everyone.
How's everybody doing? So you know, it
Call
came
a
to
staff meeting. No.
it came to my attention.
Unofficial vote.
It came to my attention yesterday that we never revealed the results for. Your phone is falling through the cracks.
For his phone falling through the cracks.
It's okay.
We never
It
revealed.
officially has fallen through the cracks and has been saved. There you go.
There you go.
Results.
Results in. We never revealed the
It doesn't
results
go off
of everybody voting on what jibbet you should choose for winning the Nerf Fencing challenge.
And there were some decent amount of
There
votes.
was quite a bit of votes, and unfortunately, my phone's over there, so I'll have to remember to write it down next time.
Were they from everything?
Wait, can we
Yeah,
see
no,
it?
there was stuff from everything.
Oh, no, we can't
Because
see
I
it.
could look up
Can't
the
see everything.
Instagram.
Percentages, though, but not
Yeah.
the total.
No, can actually. At least
You can't see the winning.
no,
choice?
because the way it worked was I tried to make it as a poll on
I don't-
Instagram.
I have Instagram, but not
Okay.
TikTok.
See, the problem with it, I tried to. You know how sometimes Instagram has the feature to put a poll
Correct.
on a
Yeah,
post.
and you had it on there, yeah.
Yes.
I tried, but for some reason the poll wasn't showing up.
I thought I voted on Instagram. I guess I didn't.
I think you voted on this story. See, the story poll works. The posts.
Oh, I've
Poll
never
did
seen that on a
not.
post.
I saw it on a post and it wasn't working.
It's always the stories I see it on.
No, yeah, the
Yeah.
stories one works fine, but that only lasts for 24 hours, so I don't have those results anymore.
Gotcha.
But the I was trying to have a poll show up on the post, the picture that I posted
Yep.
of you holding the Nerf Fencing sword, and it wasn't showing up. So I just told people vote in the comments, and people were voting in the comments. Same thing on YouTube. Some people voted in the YouTube. I think like one person voted on the YouTube post that I put up. Most of our votes actually came from TikTok, which, by the way, TikTok has once again it is firmly in the lead as our most followed platform at the moment. So if you haven't
Really?
followed us on
Still
TikTok
over
yet,
700.
765 at last time I checked.
TikTok's where it's at.
Unfortunately,
We did
yeah.
pick up 1 or 2 new followers on Instagram.
Okay, YouTube stalemate.
YouTube is growing steadily.
Yeah.
It's growing it's just not as fast as TikTok. TikTok blew up. out
But
of nowhere.
TikTok's TikTok.
Yeah.
I think it's the fastest growing one out of most people.
It is. We consistently get good views off of TikTok, too. Like, we're in the 800, 900 views on TikTok. YouTube is more down to, like, the 2, 3s, depending on the video. Actually, our shorts have been cracking 1,000.
I think we should post on the very popular site, LinkedIn.
Oh, yes. We should definitely post on LinkedIn.
Start grabbing some
business.
business customers.
Business
Sky
customers,
Blue
yeah.
or whatever it is.
We just
Sky,
do,
Blue
we just do
Skies.
meetings with
Sorry,
suits.
But,
Sky
um,
Blue's an airline. Blue Skies
Yeah,
is
Blue
social
Sky.
media.
A tie, Kickin and Croc ties. And just
Oh, yes.
we're just
Yes,
very
indeed.
proper.
That is definitely what will
Dave
happen.
would have the bow tie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can
that's
pull it off.
fact.
We'll go on
Without a
J
doubt.
dates.
I can't even register.
As
I already
it
get rejected.
turns out, from what you told me yesterday, it unfortunately that all the other gibbets that he had chosen for his family members, they already have them.
Which
So
I did not know.
all
Yeah,
the
but
all
you
the
don't
voting
have
was for
that.
nothing.
So you don't. You should still end up. You should still do whatever they tell you to do.
No, I'll honor the vote. I will.
I'll say this:
I mean, whatever.
he
A
will say
game's a
this.
game.
His choice would have been the yin and yang. I say we give him the yin and yang. And if we go back and we see, because I can't check right now the totals because my phone's over
I
there.
can gift the other winning. To
You
one
can
of you
gift
guys.
the other one either to one of us or to just anybody in the audience. You
I
can
like
gift
it.
to him.
We can do that.
All right? Okay,
can
we'll
do
do that. So, yeah, so audience, I will, once I can't remember off the top of my head which one won, but I'll get the results for
Ooh, you know,
that.
I
and
would
then
have
we can
loved
do a
to.
giveaway
I would
for
love
the
to
audience.
gift it to whoever guessed Luca's favorite Star Wars character. No one's done it.
I said I don't think anyone's commented on that yet. That was our last podcast episode, the May the 4th episode.
Chugga-bugga.
It's not Chugga-Bugga.
It's not Chugga-Bugga.
Chugga-bugga.
And you told us after the episode was over. Am I correct? So we know.
Yep.
We know what it is.
Chugga-bugga.
So, and here's
not
the funny
Chugga-Bugga.
thing: it is Luca's favorite and Dave's least favorite.
Oh, is it really? I missed that
Yep.
part. Crazy.
So that's your extra hint today. If you comment and you get it right, and you're the first one to get it
Misa
right.
will send you. No,
Yeah.
that's not a hint.
No, it is not a hint
Not
at
a
all.
hint. That is incorrect. False advertising. But yeah. So I say that today, what we'll do is we'll give Nick the yin and yang because that is his right. He won that jibbet. Let me get
Love it. I appreciate
That
it.
is his right.
I was right as a jibbet winner.
Steve's having trouble right now. For the audio listeners, Steve is
Yeah.
trying to take out the gibbet.
This
and
is Steve struggling with the
he's
jibbet.
failing miserably.
I gave him some Halo background music.
I would say gracefully, failing gracefully. Good sir. I have for you your yin and yang, perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Thank you, good
For
sir.
you, my good sir, twee and la, push and pull.
Excellent. Thank you, thank
Love
you,
it.
thank you, thank you, thank
Is
you.
that in a flower?
No,
No, but it does look
just in a little
like that.
design. It's a little,
Oh,
little
it's like
flower
a little,
design.
yeah, it's like a little wavy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a flower.
So,
Love
which
it.
Flower yin
which
and yang.
pair of
I like
Crocs
it.
that you own will that go into, sir?
None. It's gonna go on my Croc necklace that they've done.
Oh, the lanyard,
Lanyard.
that Dave got us. Okay, nice.
I'm gonna bulk up the lanyard a
I
little.
like
now.
that.
I was just saying the other day, much to my wife's chagrin, I was like, I think I need a couple more pairs of just regular Crocs. Because
Oh,
I forgot how
just,
comfortable the regular ones are, too, because I have
just
a
the
lot
regular
of the fancier
clogs?
ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
I think
went
I just-
in on the
I
fancier
did-
ones.
Oh, I love them.
The
I love
only
'em
fancy
too.
ones that I have are my loafers, which I'm wearing today, or my light rides. But even the light rides are similar to the regular
I went
ones, so.
in with,
My
I
light
love them
rides
all.
are
I
in-house.
love them all, but I do want the Echo Waves, though. I do. I'm going to pair the Echo Waves.
I have a couple
Listen.
different pairs that I'm looking at.
If we can get sponsored, maybe we can get a pair for you that you don't have to pay for.
I am under
I don't know about
strict,
being sponsored.
I am under strict
but we can
orders,
own
though.
affiliate soon.
Kelsey's like, do not bring.
Another pair.
She's like-
no, she said you can't bring them in the house, but she never said you couldn't have them outside.
She actually
in a
said-
shed
she
Is that
actually-
little
dedicated to
section
Crocs.
that has your
actually said-
shelving unit count as part of the house?
She actually
Yeah,
said
it's a mudroom.
No, she actually said she will not lose another shelf with the Crocs in that back shelving area.
Do you have any space left
Dave,
on shelves that
there's
you already
three-
have?
there's-
Was there ever the clear conversation around
It's
the
supposed to be
Crocs
us.
shed?
It's supposed to be us sharing that thing. But here's my thing. I think when we get an actual shed, maybe I'll turn the little small shed that we have into my Croc storage. I didn't bring this up with the wife yet, but I think
She's
she'll be
listening
okay
right now.
with it.
So, Kelsey,
I
thoughts?
think if you the way you present it to her is we make it that first, and then
Right.
show her the amazing.
Do you see?
finished
Now they're
project.
out of your house.
Yes, and we could like paint a big Croc on the side of it. Oh yeah.
The outside of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll have a lock on it. I'll have to wear a pair of Crocs I
You don't
keep in
need
the
a-
house.
you don't need
to
it to
walk
be-
outside to get a pair of Crocs.
You
know
would
what it
need
is?
To be
You know what it is?
fireproof
You
because I
should-
can see Kelsey trying to burn the thing
She
down.
get a flamethrower. But you know what you should do? You should get go high tech with the security, like retina scan, Croc scan, as a scan like the Crocs you're
It
wearing.
takes like a blood
pressure
sample every
plate.
time.
Yeah.
Little fingerprint.
DNA test. Only Declan can get into this shit if he wants to.
No, Declan is
Because he's part of your
Declan
blood.
is a pain in the butt when it comes to shoes.
So I've heard. Guys, you're killing me.
he
You
likes-
are absolutely killing
he
me.
likes
You
one
just
pair.
did that
You say
again.
something.
I literally just took a sip, and
He
then I
is-
look over. I see these two at the same time, literally the same time, in sync. Get a sip of their tea.
He is he likes the one pair of shoes we got him, which are like the like slip-on black, like
Nice.
barefooty style shoes.
Okay. They're not Crocs though.
So we bought
They're
him now. We keep getting the bigger sizes as he goes up.
Okay. He's only gonna get bigger.
He refused. We have the exact same shoe in two different colors, and he will not
Only
wear
black?
them. Only the black ones.
What's the other color?
Black with the white. We have a gray one, and we have this gray, like bluish, fancy designed one. It's the same shoe.
It's
the-
your color
Exactly the same
scheme,
show.
and he doesn't want it.
Will not. I put him in an outfit the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this matches the outfit perfect." And actually, Steve was over the other day, getting ready to do our run, and he was kind of like distracting him. So I put the shoe on
I was
his
running
foot.
distraction. He was trying to put the shoes on his
Totally
feet.
fine until he looked down and saw it. So he had it on for a little
Son
bit.
of
He
a
was playing
gun!
with Steve. Then he saw it. He's like, "Run!" had to get it off his foot.
Because he's a man of simple pleasures.
He was trying to literally.
He wants
yank it
to
off.
aggressively pet cats and wear black shoes.
After-
That's all he
after
wants.
we
Well,
went
no,
for-
it gets even better. It gets even better. So then he tried to put a certain wonderfully colored raincoat on.
Oh, he won't wear the raincoat either.
Instead, he chose his black hoodie instead.
I was like, dude,
I see goth in his future.
I know. I said to him,
Yes.
I go, there will be color in your wardrobe. Like, you're not gonna be
Hold
one
on.
of those grays and blacks
If
type.
if we
shirt.
test paint his face white and he loves it, can we just like
he's already really pale. I don't know what he needs to paint his face white for.
getting him ready for goth world?
Oh, okay.
Maybe a magnet earring.
Okay.
Nose
okay.
piercing.
We can do it. We can do it.
You said
I said
maybe
earring
a
here.
magnet earring.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I just consider it's no earring in the nose.
Maybe a
Nose ring.
magnet earring.
Yeah, ready? Mabel and maybe a maple. No. Exactly. A nose ring.
So basically,
but
so
magnet
next time that I
nose
see,
ring.
next time I
Yes,
see,
earrings.
next time I
Earrings.
see someone with a nose ring, I'll be like, "Hey, Nick, what do you think of that earring?"
I'm gonna comment on it. Be like, it's lovely. I will. It's lovely. I will
Yeah,
love
no,
it. It's
he's
lovely.
he's a creature of habit. So like he likes his like, this is what I like. That's what I'm wearing.
And simple habits.
And he's taken to
Just-
like he doesn't like at least when he's home, which is weird because he's fine at my parents' house. He needs his pants on, so like, instead of like rolling around with a diaper, so like you put his diaper on, right? You put his shirt on. If you take him down off the changing table without putting his pants on,
loses it.
he'll stand there. No, I was just like, oh, and he'll point at his legs like
That is the opposite of
wants his
one
pants
of the
on.
kids in my family.
wait.
Never wanted his pants
What'd you say,
on.
Shadow Half? Oh yes, he will. He will go in the drawer. As my wife is saying, you can't hear her, but he will actually open his drawer and pick out his own pair of pants.
Aw.
Black
Put
pants, I'm
this
assuming?
on me.
Black pants?
But at my parents' house, he'll find a diaper. You're supposed to be like, you're home. That's when you're in your underwear, son. Come on.
No, you always relax at grandma's house. That is how it is. Grandma's house is the house where you chill. Home is the house where you eat. And
Eat
then
and sleep and
we
hang
we
out
build
and-
off there. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm making it all up.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah.
It all started with the earring.
But yeah,
cover.
so I definitely have to get more pairs of Crocs. Let's just
That's where
put
this
it
all
there.
comes
We better work on that shed yesterday.
Hey,
When are you getting the bigger shed?
the shed is going
I don't
to
know.
turn
I
into
got to
Dave's
finish out
house
some
is what it
yard
is.
work, and then
Are
we'll
you guys
talk.
still pulling trees out? Or are you pretty good with that?
We got a bunch of land clearing
There
still
is a
to
lot
do.
still
There's
to
still
do
a lot
back
of work
there.
to do, and I keep trying to get like Rob to come over with the truck and we'll like get the guys to come over and do some work. We were gonna do last Sunday, but the weather was not cooperative, and then,
Oh no, it was not.
so,
Oh, well. That's rough.
So we'll get it. We'll
That
get it.
is rough.
It was not. Steve and his
I'm not-
father were trying to fix their
I'm
lawn
not
last
including
weekend.
you.
Yeah, what happened?
It poured.
But did you? Are you resetting like that part of the lawn where it was a lot of grass missing? Or did you, what were you
Yeah,
doing?
there was a bunch of obviously So I have 3 siblings, and we all played in both the backyard, and since we live on a dead end, we also played in the front yard.
Okay.
So our yards are destroyed from years of us just running on them. Like
So you were
for
trying to reset it
years.
this year. You're like,
He
we're
w-
gonna reset it.
My father was dead set on we're going to get this lawn to look green again.
Okay.
Make this lawn green again.
Nice.
So he went in with one of my neighbors who was also wanting to do something similar with his lawn on a lot of soil, topsoil.
Okay.
So he got it delivered to the house. So we had it all in our driveway. I still have some in our driveway right now. And that was, so I think it was Saturday. We were trying to get that done. So we aerated the lawn in the worst way possible, just with like a hose and one of those little like rake thingamabobbers.
Aerator?
We didn't have an aerator.
Wait, the one that rolls?
Nope.
Why don't
You
you
could have
just?
borrowed mine.
I was gonna
Nope.
say, why don't you just ask
Well,
Nick or Rob?
in
They
the
would've
first and foremost, I did not know that you had one.
Rob has an aerator. He talks about it all the time.
But so I know nothing about yard work. I just copy what
All
my
it
dad
does
does.
is make some more holes in the ground for you.
Exactly.
But it's a lot easier
I
to do
just
that way.
it was a lot. I'm sure it would have been a lot easier than what we were doing.
Or you get an
But
old pair of Crocs you're not going to use. You put nails through it. You step in. You just walk on your lawn.
But that actually, believe it or not, Andrew actually has something similar to that.
For
That's what he
aerating.
uses. Yeah, for aerating. Yeah. But we got that part done, and we put fertilizer down first.
Why don't you just ask Andrew? He's like Mr. Yard. His yard is super clean.
Listen, man, if you met my dad, like asking somebody else to do on
Time
his
to
lawn.
ask. I don't know. I'm going to say something about this generation, not your dad, you.
Me? Okay.
Asking for help is okay. Make sure you do it. Ask
Yeah.
for help.
Okay.
Because
It wasn't really my place to, because
Oh,
this
sure
is not
it
my
is.
operation.
It is.
I was just the help.
no, at your age, you
As a
live
matter of
there,
fact, he
it's
didn't
always
even.
your
He
operation.
wasn't even going to ask me to help. I went out and did that on my own.
Yeah.
But in any event, so
But you could take control. You're allowed to.
well, no, I can. Yeah, good luck.
As a co-liver of the house, I'm saying.
Don't think that's how it works.
It is exactly how
But
it works.
we got no, totally not.
You say that now to Luke is like, all right, I'm taking over, Dad. You're like, sit your butt down.
Wait,
Yeah.
if he comes
Yeah.
to me and says, Dad, I want to improve the lawn, I'm feet up.
Once again, Steve is going to repeat
I mean,
what he
I'll
said
help him.
before. I know nothing about lawn care.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Take your sips of tea at the exact same time. Once again, go ahead.
So what ended up, so I'm sorry. So continue to finish the story.
We
It's
got
like a yawn. You see somebody do it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
contagious.
It catches on.
We got the topsoil down in the area that we wanted to. Then we put the grass seed down, or at least we were. No, I'm sorry. This is before we put the grass seed down. It started to pour.
This is when I was at the college because you sent me the text to everybody.
It started to pour. It
That
started
looked-
to
Well,
downpour,
I
and
felt
we're
so
like,
bad.
no.
So
Felt bad.
while
And
he
that
was
a heavy
doing
turned into
rain day,
mud.
the whole day.
So while he was doing that, my wife and I had decided, because Declan was refusing to nap, we're like, let's take him for a walk.
Fantastic.
We got
timing.
just far enough in the house, it started pouring. So we were on the sidewalk underneath somebody's tree, basically up in their
Waiting to
lawn.
calm down,
At least
see if
he
it-
has the,
thing. Yeah.
he's got the thing pulled over, but we're just like getting
Freezing.
poured on.
Yeah.
And then it eventually stopped. We finished our walk, and then like as we got part way through the walk, and then at the furthest away point in our walk,
Started to rain again.
thunder.
Yep.
And we're like, oh man, we got to pick up this pace. And then we're like power walking with the stroller
Yep.
to get back to.
This is the rain. That little lull right there. Ran it past my dad. And like, all right, cool, nice short little shower. Okay, we're good. Let's get back to work. And then a little bit later, it comes around again, and we're like, come on.
So here's the thing: did it wash the seeds away?
We hadn't. So for the first downpour, we had just put the dirt down.
Yeah, they did it down.
So we were like, all right, whatever for the dirt on the lawn. But then there's the dirt in the driveway that we haven't put on the lawn yet. That's getting turned into mud. So we were trying to quickly cover that up and get that so it didn't turn into mud. And so then we got back to work. We did put the grass seed down, and then the second downpouring happened. So we once again took shelter in our garage, and we're waiting for it to go. We had gotten the topsoil in the driveway, the big mound, covered by that point, just in case it had started to rain again. So it did. If anything, we're hoping that it kind of helped to hammer it down into the ground more, the grass seed. But then we were finally, after that second downpour, we were able to get out there with hay and cover the
Smart.
areas of the
Yeah.
soil with hay.
Yep.
As much as we could. We didn't have enough to cover the entire thing. But so we got it done for the most part, and now we're just crossing our fingers because this is my dad's last resort. And if this doesn't work, he's going to get rid of the whole thing and literally start from scratch. He's going to get a...
down.
He's going to get... No, I don't think he's
Wasn't that
gonna
what
go
Michaela's parents did?
He
The
wants it to be
backyard,
green.
right? It's all stone.
for it. Yeah, it's all stone, yeah.
Well, no, they don't live there anymore, but yes.
Oh, they moved. Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of work to do in the yard, but we want good grass. So the first thing we have to do is like get that cleared, try and level it. Then we'll start working on getting some grass going.
Have fun with that. I tried too, but with the kids, they're just tough. They keep kicking this stuff up and moves around, and I redid my whole thing, and it still has to be done like 2 more times. I know.
Yeah, but you still have good grass.
Yeah, but it still has like the pockets of it. Like it's not smooth the entire way, which is what annoys me.
So in other words, it could
So,
still
you
dessicate
feel
a
it as
Kelsey
you're-
ankle.
As
Is what you're saying?
Not as bad as it was when she got hurt. That was a whole different yard. I mean, I didn't even. Like I said, we leveled the entire thing out.
was never the same
But we still have it where I have like little chipmunks that like make holes, and then
Oh,
that
yeah,
takes
yeah, yeah.
away those spots. So then we'll
Fun
fill
fact.
it up. And,
Fun fact. So for the May 4th podcast, towards the end, I'm editing it, right? And then I see this thing out through the back door of Dave's house. There's this groundhog gopher thing just
and they're big.
sitting there
Yep.
on its hind legs, looking at us through the door, just like,
They do that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They do
staring.
that. I have a video.
and
of
I'm
this-
sitting there like,
Stop staring at me. you
like
creep.
what?
I have a video of. Well,
What is
I think
happening?
Reese stares at him too, but we have a video.
Reese's would have a stare
I have
down.
a video on my phone
That's fine.
of during the day. The two of them came, like two of them, went right up to the door, did exactly that. We're just looking in, like, hey, what's going on in here, guys?
It wasn't it wasn't right up against the door. It was out on the lawn
No.
near Declan's little roller coaster thing. But it still freaked me out. I was like,
My
what is
mother-in-law
that?
had a basil plant, like a big pot with a basil plant.
Oh, that's
And
gonna
you
attract
would
a
come
lot of
downstairs,
stuff.
He would be sitting in the pot, eating the basil, looking at you like, dude, what? You want some?
It's my snack. Yeah.
Yeah, he just not even move. It's like, dude, get out of here.
It was. That's really funny
I'm
though.
gonna find that video.
Yeah, I had to find it.
We had one in our yard, but now that Ivy's there, no animals
nothing's
stay
gonna wanna
too
go
long.
there, yeah,
No.
no.
This was before I had the before we fixed
She
it.
runs right out after the
This
squirrels.
is
the
before we
birds,
had
everything.
the sliding door. So when we used to have the old like
The doors that
Opening door,
opened.
yep.
the bad door. I will find it. I have it somewhere.
Oh, you're looking for it? Okay.
Don't tell me I have to put this up on the screen.
Nah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's up
you
to
might have to. Yeah.
Well, are you gonna remember to send it to me?
Yeah.
Just put a picture of like
Just a groundhog.
a gorilla or something.
You see that? That's a new trend now too.
What?
Something about a gorilla and fighting a gorilla.
One. Yeah.
I've seen
there it
like
is.
meme.
It's 100
video-
people versus a gorilla.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
really?
that's the thing that's been going around the internet.
Who, like, what people would you choose or something? Like, what team?
Well, because the original thing
like
was
that.
could 100 men.
The team with the guns.
No. So the
are
original question
Mm-hmm.
that was floating all around the internet and people were answering. The original question was, could 100 unarmed men, unarmed,
They have no arms.
beat a gorilla? And then that slowly became like people would do like different memes of it. Like they have Chuck Norris like. Here's an AI generation of Chuck Norris fighting 100 gorillas, and he's like beating everybody up and like.
But that's
But
always
it's
gorillas, yeah.
become right. They reversed it, but it's become
And then
like
people
it's
would
become
draft. They
it's
would do like
become
a
like an-
draft of like what
Yeah.
what they would.
Like what
like,
round
and
would
then
the gorilla
Mr.
lose?
Beast put
Oh,
Mr. Beast put up a post like, "We need to answer this question. I'm looking for 100 volunteers."
Oh my god.
But no, you can't because
Yeah.
I
People
mean,
would die.
You could. There's not. You can't do it in,
And,
the,
like,
in
the-
the
if
U.S.
the gorilla
you
gets
can't do
defeated, people would die.
they-
He might get away with this out of
well,
the U.S.
they said
out of the U.S.
they said like when you ask AI about it, they're like because the general consensus is
The gorilla wins all the time.
no, you might be able to overwhelm them, but you would take significant losses. Like the first 30 people are dead for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Because you have to get past
rush.
his like rage.
But like you physically, their
And how
muscles.
big- are we talking
and,
like a silverback?
Silverback.
yeah.
Silverback gorilla.
So like you physically
those people
can't
are dying.
hurt them. Like their skin is so thick and their muscle structure is so different. I mean,
One shot from one of those things, like a solid shot, you're done.
yeah, I don't know, man.
it's-
I don't know.
it's
That's
tough.
why we created weapons.
100%.
That's
Listen,
why mankind was like,
humans
yeah,
aren't,
we're
humans
not
aren't
doing
built
this.
for the wild to win against nature. Nature is way more
But
nasty
here
than we
you
are.
go.
Oh my God, they are adorable. I can't wait to see that video here or picture.
Oh, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yay.
So you said it wasn't like this though.
So you have to forward it.
Yeah, you do need to send this to me. No, they were not right up against the door like that. He was out by where Declan's little roller coaster is in the back, but it walked into frame, whoop, stood up, and was just staring for a good
That's very
3 minutes.
creepy.
Well, because he's probably like, is
Yeah,
that the guys who
exactly.
kicking in Crocs in there?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
Whoa!
I'm
You
such
guys
big
leave autographs?
fans. Yeah, man. Oh my god. Yeah. No,
Now,
no.
did he see a shadow? What's the?
I don't think he did. He just walked away calmly.
You know he's an Italian one if he ate a cannoli.
Yeah, yo.
So what does that stand for? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
He's just-
Likes sugar.
Yeah, there's things that live in my yard. That's
That's okay.
Yeah, ours is now mostly chipmunks, squirrels, and various small birds, which Ivy chases every morning and every afternoon.
Well, when Zoe was still alive, I think there's a little less action going on.
Oh, she jumps. I'm nervous when she gets older. She'll get out of the habit because she jumps right outside the front door, over the stairs, the back door, over the stairs,
God.
and flies into the yard like at top speed.
Oh, God.
We have to watch her now because when the pool is open up again.
Yeah. She'll
Oh,
jump right for it.
So I always tell Nicole, like, be careful because Rose walks the very little walking she does towards the pool cover. So the one,
I must end
dude,
this.
yes, 100%. I think that's what it is. So the one time I'm not around, like I'm inside.
We have a safety
Nicole's,
cover on it,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Nicole's outside, and all of a sudden, Nick, and I'm like, yeah,
What
you never call me unless
now?
you need something. What's up? I go downstairs, and Rose is in the center of the pool cover, just laying down. And I'm like, now I got to drag this poor old dog.
Not yet.
So what do I use to get her? Because I don't want to walk on the elephant cover. So I go and
You
get.
can walk on them,
Yeah, I know. I don't mess with because it does put pressure on the hooks that are in my cement. I don't need to now have one of them pull out. But yes, you can.
That's what
definitely,
they're designed for.
100%,
though. Yeah.
100%. So instead, I got one of the pool brushes with the extended pull. And I just like put it behind
Did
her.
not
and,
like skim the dog out of the pool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My God, that's
like,
so funny.
Yeah, like off the
on
pool.
top.
Off the pool. Now I was fortunate because as soon as I put it next to her, she stood up and started walking. So I just had to guide her the right way. I didn't have to
Leave
keep
me
dragging her.
alone.
Oh, she was pissed. She was like, I want to be here. She is definitely looking for a place to retire life because she finds very tight spots and then just like, and that's it. And like doesn't want to be moved. It's like, leave me here, please. And I don't. So.
Yep. And so she's like, fine.
No, it's so weird. I mean,
Another
again,
year.
It's like,
I'm telling
you
you, it's-
people just, okay.
No,
fine.
yeah. I mean,
It's like, I just love you guys too much. I can't do this to you yet.
well, Izzy now's like, you'll pick her up and turn her upside on her back, and she falls asleep in 30 seconds. Yeah, Izzy.
You,
No.
you said Izzy.
That
You
no,
pick her
I
up,
was
you
getting to the
turn her on
point
her
where
back.
Izzy then will
she falls asleep in 30 seconds.
Izzy will then pick up Rose, flip her over, and then she'll watch like her shows with Rosie in her arms. So it's
Aw.
like, yeah, trying to spend some time with her before Lord knows if you get anymore, right? So, yeah, it's crazy. The two opposites and the two dogs. So I don't know if anybody else has old dogs, but man, it's rough watching them get old.
It is.
'Cause we had Rosie's older than my
It's rough
kids.
watching anything get old.
True. That is 100% true.
It
Like,
is really wuff. It's really wuff.
Woof.
It's really wuff.
woo.
It's rough. I'm watching my car get old now, and I'm like, oh.
I know. Oh. So I was in the city this week, and I went to the parking garage where you drive down into it, and then they put them in the elevator.
Yes.
And park them, right? So I'm going to pick up the car, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, this is taking a while for this guy to get my car. All of a sudden, the elevator doors open, and I'm like, okay, great. And there's a guy just standing there. He's like, yeah, I can't get your car started.
Oh,
And I'm like, do
no.
you want me to come in the elevator with you? He goes, yeah, if you don't mind. So that was cool. I've never been in one of those before. I was like, sweet. So I got in the elevator, closes. We go down a floor or two. And my car has a little torque piece to it. Like you have to tweak it. It's really weird. If
He
it's
stole it. You have to run 2 wires.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta hot wire it
Isn't
when you start
Not
it.
everybody does it? No. If you leave the door open, if the car for some reason or another is not starting, if you leave the door slightly open just so that the lights come on, it'll turn on like in a second.
So it's something with the battery then.
Possibly. But I've had mechanics look at it. They can't figure it out. So whatever.
Just have my dad look at it. Tell him that story.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You think you'd be interested in trying to see what the heck's going on?
Probably
sure he
solve
would.
it pretty quick.
I believe it. So that's what I did. The guy's like, I tried to change the pressure of how I was pushing it. I put it in neutral, tried to roll it. He did all the right things. And I'm like, did you leave the door ajar? And he's looking at me, and I just put it, and it
He
turns
just
right
didn't know.
on.
He didn't know what the word ajar meant. That's
Yeah,
why he was looking
no,
at
he
you.
had a very heavy accent, so I don't think he did.
A jar.
He's like, I have a jar of peanut butter in the other room. I use it for my sandwiches.
You need a jar?
So I got to
Here is your
go
jar.
downstairs in one of those
Jar of pickles.
car elevators. That was pretty neat.
So I'll tell you 2 car stories.
Oh, yes.
One happened today.
That's too many.
One happened today, and one happened in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Which would you like first?
I'd say save the Philly story for last.
So start with the Philly story.
Okay. So no, I'll start with today. So I'm driving. I'm driving to the school today, right? Come around the bend, and I guess it's recycling or trash day, and I guess somebody's trash can was further into the street than I anticipated it
Oh,
being.
no.
Uh-oh.
And
You mailboxed it, didn't you?
I heard a pop. Didn't even say I was just in my normal lane. Didn't think anything of
But
it.
so was the garbage.
So I didn't swerve or anything.
Yeah.
I was just in my normal path to work. I hear bah! Like a big I thought I'd
Yeah, popped
And I-
tire or something.
and
yeah.
I look over and my mirror
It's
is
hanging off.
totally turned
Yeah.
around
Okay.
and the white cap is gone.
Oh no.
So I'm like, no.
Come
so
on.
I'm like, what the heck? So I stop and I loop it and I come back around and dude, looks to be a garbage can moved slightly sideways.
Okay.
There's nothing else that looks like I could have hit. and then
Did you
there's my
find the
mirror
right?
cap.
You found it. Okay.
So I was able. I just pulled because I have one of those mirrors that rotate.
Yeah.
So I just pulled it back into its spot, and I hit the button to make sure it's everything still works
and
fine.
then pop back on.
And
the
then I
white?
popped the mirror cap right back on,
Nice.
and
Thank
it's like
goodness.
there's just a little scuff on the mirror cap, and
you're
I was
fine.
like, oh wow. Yeah. So that was unless I hit something that then moved away in the time it took me to loop back around.
Well, I did something
I mean, it all
similar,
depends on how
just
you hit
not
it.
as nice as that. This was in your neighborhood?
It was right at the edge.
It was over here. So for me, I was driving on Route 88, and there was a garbage can sitting a little too close to the road than it should have been. Guy was trying to make a left turn, so I'm trying to go around. I was probably moving a little faster than I should. There was reasons, but I was moving a little faster than I should, so I'm trying
Hey,
to
you're
get
a
around.
speeder. We gotta go, couldn't you?
Sure, but I was trying to go around, and the garbage can was too close, and all I hear is whack, and I look over. Oh, that mirror's just gone.
Like poor Dan Smith.
The mirror, it literally was like that.
I
Smith hitting the
thought
tree.
I was like,
Oh my God, that mirror's just gone.
I thought I was like,
I was like, oh my God.
I really thought like I just took my mirror off. Where I was like, what did I hit? Because it did make a loud sound. I was like, oh my God, did I hit like a
you guys,
tree?
you
or-
guys, I don't trust mirrors with you guys.
So
What
At
happened?
least on the passenger side.
Yeah. seriously.
Philly. So the parking garage. So the shadow half.
Who's hiding?
She's
there?
in.
Shadow half. Are you there?
Right.
She sounds very upset. You should bring us back.
Will you join me for this story?
We need your assistance for a story. Apparently, it makes it
You
better.
will be paid handsomely.
Yes, we will pay you in lack there of more Crocs.
Yes, exactly. We
In
will lobby
case
for less Crocs.
you know my
We,
memory sometimes.
we promise you that he won't buy a pair of Crocs.
You know my
tonight.
memory sometimes goes. Nick,
need to
if
come
you
here.
would kindly hand the microphone off. The Philadelphia parking garage story.
She says to move it away.
The Philadelphia parking garage story. So my wife was running the Philadelphia Marathon. I don't know if you've ever been to Philly. It's not designed like New York in a grid that's easily
Philly is terrible. I hate it.
fit. Yes. So,
It's charming.
Say it
Philly's
again.
charming.
I hate it.
so remember you're sharing a mic with me now. So, we're trying.
I have a phrase I commonly say, but I can't say it right now. So
Yes.
Yeah, well,
So we're
innuendo.
trying to park. We gotta find parking. It's late at night.
it was pouring, was it not?
It was pouring. So we turned down a parking garage, or what we believe to be.
We thought it was the hotel parking garage, right?
We thought it was a parking garage of some sort.
Or we
It-
thought it was where the hotel told us to go.
Right.
Something.
It was not. It was a valet parking garage that you're not supposed to go down unless you work for wherever that's supposed to be. And it spirals the whole way down.
Oh my gosh. So you had no idea until you got.
Oh
And
no!
there
It,
was a
Oh,
gate,
damn.
right?
there was like a gate
There
of
was a
some
gate.
sort. So we're like, so now we're a lot lower than we anticipated being, and there is nobody, and it is tight. I mean tight. So we're like, what do we do here? So we went. No, I was able to loop it back around because we were in my Mini Cooper, which is maneuverable. However, we went, and I kid you not, and I was like, "We're gonna die. This is it. This is how it ends." Taking my wife to a marathon in Philadelphia, and she's laughing. She knows. We went up this spiral, which was a
One way.
way. I was beeping. I was making. So we're going in a spiral corkscrew. So you can't see. You
Can't see
can.
anything. You couldn't see anything.
So you can't see what's coming around the bend because you're spinning. So there could be a car coming this way. You can't see them because you're spinning this way. But there's no way out because you need a security code to get through the other way. So we're like, what do we do? We sat there for like 10 minutes trying to debate. What do we do? There's no way out. It's
We were
all
like, is
gated
there
off.
anybody
There's nobody
here
to
that
call.
we can call.
So wait, she's like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So.
Yes, we can do it.
So she's egging me on. So now we're going up this one-way
Do it with me.
spiral
Do
all the way up. And I'm like, we're going to die because nobody can see us. We can't see them. So then it's head on because, again, it's a one-lane, one-way spiral of doom. So yeah, and eventually we got to the top unscathed. Did we see somebody coming
I
down?
think we did. See
I think we did
someone
see
at-
somebody coming down.
Yeah, but maybe only after we got to like, because I remember the driveway down was like really wide to get to that spiral
Yeah.
thing.
Correct.
So, maybe when we got up there was like a car trying to come in. I'm like, oh.
and we're like, we just missed it. We're like, oh.
Ooh.
And then we found what we were supposed
and
to
then
go,
we
which
felt
was
like
not there.
idiots.
But yes,
Wow, that
that
was riveting.
that was terrifying. And the only other story I have involving, since we were talking about cars, with my wife.
Was there a lot of, like, when you went back up, was there a lot of signage that you obviously missed that said, like, don't go down here if you do not work here? Like, you're going the wrong way?
I don't remember.
Or was it just, like, not marked?
I do believe it was.
I think when we got to the top, there was something where like, oh.
Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, we weren't supposed to go down here. Okay, but like it was like going to the Bat Cave. Like it was deep. But
Yeah.
the only other like car story I could think of that stands out in my head with my wife. Maybe there's a couple. I mean, we did get going to Husko's wedding. Not wedding. Was it wedding? No,
Yeah.
just go. No, going to visit him. The wedding is when we got cut off by the Audi,
Yeah.
which was crazy. And Audi
Audi-
just
Audi
cut us off
sucked.
like crazy. No, but coming home from it might have been from his wedding. Connecticut.
Brooklyn thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Not when I
that-
stopped in Brooklyn.
No.
So so two. I got two then. I got two
Eventually
then.
we'll get to
All
the
right, I
story,
got
yes.
two.
Let's go stories.
I got two. So one time we were visiting my buddy in Connecticut. Okay, coming home from Harry Potter thing, and we have the GPS running. My wife is my navigator whenever we go. I'm not.
This
great
is when
with
you had your
directions.
broken toe. You had the boot on.
Different one, different time. I think.
No.
Oh yeah.
Same time.
No, different time. I'm talking about when we ended up in the city. When you were arguing with me, that was two different times.
Yes.
Yeah, the wedding I didn't have the boot on.
No.
All right, so going to
I thought you were
Chris's
telling
wedding.
the other one first.
So going to Chris's
Because
wedding.
the wedding was not in Connecticut.
The wedding was somewhere.
Long Island.
Long Island. Okay. Either which way, this is why
close enough.
this is why Kelsey's not on the podcast. So either which way,
She's literally talking on it right now.
we're driving. She's looking down at her phone because she always does. That's what she does. And I'm like, so we're on our way home. I'm like, are you sure this isn't going to take us through the city? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure it's not going to take us through. I said, you're dead set. This is not going to take us through the city. And she's like, oh, yeah, we're definitely not going to go through the city. I'm like, look up. We're in Times Square. We're
Drove right through Midtown.
We're right in
Right in
Midtown. So she was not paying attention as I'm driving through Midtown. And I'm like, you're sure this isn't going to be in the city? And she's like, oh, yeah, it's definitely not going to take you to the city.
You missed the opportunity to make a bet. You should have done it.
I know, I should have. But she's like, I'm like, look up. And she looks up. She's like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
That's why you were driving.
Yep. And then also involving Husko, when I had the broken foot, remember when I was in the boot?
Yes.
So that time we went to visit. And that was in Connecticut. And on the way back, I had to go to the bathroom so bad.
I kind of feel like I've heard this story before.
Yes.
Right?
We stopped on we stopped on the expressway.
Oh wait, I'm pretty sure he has told the story. On
Yeah.
The podcast before. I'm pretty sure.
I might have. I had to go so bad. We stopped in Brooklyn on this little like scariest gas
Not
station
Brooklyn,
I've
we
ever
were in the
been.
Bronx.
Bronx.
Sorry,
Sorry, the
We were in
Bronx.
the Bronx.
The Bronx. I stopped
Yeah,
at the
no, we were
Bronx
in
and
the
I was
Bronx.
like, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, leave without me. And then I went in.
My brand new car too. My car was like less
Yeah.
than 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
It was pitch black.
Yep.
And we stopped the sketchiest freaking gas station.
Yep.
So I got one for you. I know you haven't talked to Nicole recently. So the other day, she's driving home, went out to dinner and with some friends, is driving home and gets pulled over from a police officer because apparently she was going around one of the circles and cut someone off. Like she didn't yield long enough. So she came out and like cuts off like a small truck or something or whatever. And she didn't notice because they didn't beep at her, they didn't flash or whatever. She thought she was fine. The officer asked her to get out of the car because thought she was intoxicated. She had had no drink whatsoever and had her do the sobriety test. Now, she said She was so nervous. She's like, do I look at the cop? Do I look at the pen? I don't know what to do without being rude. And I'm like, so you looked even more suspicious trying to do the right thing. So then I'm going around the house. Ma'am, you look intoxicated. Ma'am. I was picking up
I'm
the
sure
you're
she
right.
hates you
Ma'am.
right now.
Oh, she was so pissed, and I loved every second of it.
Thanks, Nick.
We had that
We
at
have another story about that.
We have another story about that because I know exactly. Because as soon as you said that, Kelsey and I's brain just went to the exact same moment when my buddy John got married. Carly drove us.
Carly drove the 5 of us?
She was the designated driver.
Yes,
No, it was just her.
me, you,
Was
Scott,
Scott with us and Chung.
Chung. Yeah,
How did we
no,
How did we fit?
no. Scott and Chung drove themselves. It was me, you, Eric,
It was just the 4
and
of us
Carly.
then,
It was
yeah.
the 4 of us. So it already started off poorly because we're leaving a wedding. Most people are drinking at weddings. Carly didn't drink. She was a designated driver, but okay. She comes out of the venue and turns down a one-way the wrong direction, right in front of a
Yeah,
police
coming out of
officer.
the venue was immediately a one-way, and she went the wrong way.
Right in front of a police officer who immediately put his lights on and was like, "What are you doing?" I didn't
And
know.
of course, the first thing she says is, "We're just leaving a wedding."
Right.
Immediately,
No.
he's
He
like-
was cool, so he let us go. And then about 20 minutes later,
She's still in the same one way.
about 20 minutes later, I don't know. I think the officer said she flashed her lights, whatever.
I don't know. We were up in Hackettstown. And
Yeah.
We're coming home. The roads are pitch black. They're windy. They're hilly.
Yep.
It was creepy.
So
and
we-
I don't
So
know.
high
She
beams
said
on.
she flashed her lights. And
So
you
he,
know the high beams come on and off.
yes. this-
Automatically, like.
So he pulled her over.
For flashing lights?
Well, you're not allowed,
High
like
beams.
high beams.
You're not allowed to have high beams there?
You're not allowed
Well,
to flash
you're
an
not
officer.
supposed to flash them.
Oh,
So-
I see.
So we get pulled over again. So that was just twice on the same trip. And ask the usual questions, where you're coming from,
Well,
whatever.
no, the first red flag, well, not even the red flag, but the first issue is that her license is in the trunk.
Oh, yeah. She put it in her purse in the trunk. So,
So she had to get out of the car in the first place.
right. So she asked permission to get out of the car and get. Then he starts taking her through the sobriety tests. Because where you're coming from,
And
come
she
from
was
wedding.
so nervous.
And Carly was super nervous. So the first thing he asked her to do was say the alphabet, but start from E. So E, F, G, H, I, and she can't do it. She starts like, start from E, T, V, like she's and so now the officers start saying to her, he sees that she's nervous. He goes, just calm down. I see you're nervous. Like, let's just calm down. So just, start from. So then he gives her another one. So all she has to do is touch her thumb. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's like, literally, she can't. She's not. She's hitting the wrong fingers. And I lean over to Kelsey and go, we're going to jail tonight. Like,
The people that have been drinking are like, look at me, I'm doing it.
I'm literally in the back of the car doing. I'm like,
I know, we're both.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your problem right here? Like, so eventually he did let us go without
Yeah,
without a
nothing,
ticket.
But
It was crazy because she was so nervous she couldn't do any of
Carly
the
had a bad night.
she couldn't do any of the sobriety
She was
tests.
probably very
and that was the last time she drove us anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
I think that's it for my car stories, except for the time I got frisked. But that's I've told that on the show, I think.
I don't know.
You frisked them?
Yeah, I
don't
know. I'm pretty sure I told that one on the
You
show.
frisk them?
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell that one, last one, since it's
Okay.
car
Best one.
story night.
Go ahead. That's our theme.
I'm pretty sure I told
Do
this on
you
the show.
drive?
I'm pretty sure I told this on the show, but I'm going to tell it again, I guess. So in
It's okay, we
college,
ran out of space like 20 minutes ago. So we go.
in college, it's like 2 a.m. We're going to get cheesesteaks in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Okay, so we drive from Montclair to Philadelphia because one of the guys that was driving, he's from Philly. He's like, we're going to go. I'm going to take everybody.
Got it.
So we pile on his car, we go. He's got this little beat up old Ford Escort. Like, I'm talking like a 92 Ford Escort.
Oh, God.
Okay. So in the
still
back,
runs?
so it's my buddy John McBeath, who wanted to take us to Philly. Then my buddy John Churchill in the front.
Okay.
Then in the back is John's girlfriend Robin,
Mm-hmm.
myself in the middle, and then my girlfriend at the time, Nicole. So we get to the cheesesteaks. We have our cheesesteaks. Now, on the way home, Merchantville cops. That's where, I guess, we're Merchantville. Apparently, they're notorious for pulling people over.
Okay.
They pull us over.
Okay, there you go. At least they have the reputation.
Okay. So here's the problem. I'm not buckled up like I should be. I made a cardinal mistake. I'm not buckled up. Shame on me. But it was a lap belt.
Mm-hmm.
Because the center seat only had the lap belt.
Okay, which doesn't do anything anyway.
Right. So I was like, I that's how I reasoned. I was like, I don't want to put a lap belt on because like that can really hurt you if something happens. So
Yeah, it cuts you in half.
so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna. So whatever.
Darth Maul style.
So we get pulled over, and this isn't that big click a ticket like
Yep.
push.
Yep.
So I'm like, it
Those
pulls
signs
over.
were everywhere.
The lines are going, and I'm like, so I quickly buckle up.
Oh, they see
Oh
you.
no! They saw you move.
They saw me move in the window.
Come on, you're a ninja. You're supposed to be good at
They
that.
saw me move in the window. So he comes to the car, and I kid you not, this really happened, with his gun out.
What?
Comes to the
Already?
the driver's side with the gun at the window.
I wonder if he thought he was reaching for a weapon
So
and not for a
that's where
seatbelt.
we're going.
Well, yeah, no, I'm sure he did
So
think
he's
that,
like,
but
he's like, all right, nobody move, leave everything in the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. So
That's-
John's like, all right, officer, like
Whoa, jeez.
we're gonna get out of the car, and so he's saying, nobody move. So
wait, I can't do both. You want me to get
exactly.
out of
He's
the
like-
car, or do you want
and
me
then
to
he's
not
like,
move?
all right. And then
That's
he's
all you gotta do
he's
is say
like,
something wise like
leave
that.
everything in the car and get out. So Nicole gets out.
Okay.
I get out. Robin starts to get out, remembers that he said to leave everything in the car, and quickly throws her coat back into the car. And we're
he
like,
sees
what
that
are you doing?
motion. Oh, he must have freaked out.
So now he's like, all right, we're on the curb, and he's like, okay, frisk. So I'm up against the car, and he's patting us down, right? Now, this was just after our Christmas break, so I had just come back from Christmas. And that year, Santa Claus visited my family Christmas Eve and gave everybody little stuffed toys.
Uh-oh.
So he's patting me down. It gets to my pocket. In my winter coat, he pulls out a stuffed whale
Okay.
with a flappy lip.
Okay.
You can put like your finger in the flappy lip.
Okay.
So now he starts investigating it to see if there's
Paraphernalia.
paraphernalia in it. And he's like, what did you pass her? Because he thought when I buckled up that I
Yeah.
had passed something. I was like, nothing, officer. There's
Because
nothing.
now you're trying to remember that you even buckled up. You forgot.
I'm like,
Yeah.
nothing, officer. I was just trying to buckle my seatbelt. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't wearing any like seatbelt at the time. I'm sorry. We didn't pass anything. So he frisked me, frisked the two Johns. And he's really now it's starting to come to the conclusion that like we're just
You overreacted.
nice college kids. Nobody is anywhere remotely close to like
and
drunk or intoxicated
holding
in any way, shape,
anything.
or form. So
You're
he's
just
like,
all silly.
so he's calming down. He's like, okay. He's like, don't do that again. But what struck me as interesting was he was insistent that I pass something,
To her.
but he wouldn't. But they didn't frisk any of the females because there wasn't a female officer there. So had I, which I didn't,
You would have been
But-
fine anyway.
had I, they couldn't have proved anything anyway. But it was just funny because as soon as he realized, like, oh, these are nice kids, everything changed. The meter changed, everything. But the image of him holding my little stuffed whale and like flapping the lip and looking inside it, I was like, this is burned in
If
my head.
that's
for
not
the
a
rest of my
scene
life.
of a movie, I don't know what is.
I couldn't,
That
and I
is
swear to you, I
so
couldn't believe it was
funny.
happening at the time it was happening. And I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. And yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I did a goofy. I'll show you later. I did a goofy video with Nicole about the sobriety test, but instead of like doing a pen, I had it's like a jiggly like puppet. I'm like, please follow the puppet, man. Please follow. And she's like, you're horrible. Except she used more colorful words. And I
So
was
this became
cracking
the
up.
story of cars apparently tonight.
It was. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened actually.
I don't know how it happened either. I think when I smashed my mirror across a garbage can today, I was like, well, this is going to come up.
Oh yeah, and then Steve's apparently smashing mirrors too.
I smashed
And
the mirror, yeah.
Well, the spiral. As soon as that just hit me, because I remember going up that spiral, thinking we're gonna get hit head on. Like, how did the Zappos pass? Well, head on collision going up a one way.
I've done the opposite on a one-way thing once. It was a bus lane, but the arrow to one way wasn't right in the entrance.
Yes.
It was down.
Yep.
So I'm driving down. I'm like, okay, I gotta turn around as I see.
I did that in Hoboken.
And you see how the cars are parked that way.
The first time I was ever,
oh,
the first
man.
time I was ever pulled over was in Hoboken for doing that. Like I started to go through
they're
the,
strict in
I started to
Hoboken.
go through the intersection at like 1 a.m. coming home from Stevens, and there's no signs, but if you pay attention to the parking.
Yeah, I was just saying the park.
So I started to go through the intersection, and they do that where it's one way, you get to the light, and then it's one way the other way on the opposite side of the
Yes,
light.
you have to turn out.
So
yep.
you have to know you have to make a
Yep.
turn, but there's no, it doesn't say you have to turn.
Yep.
You just have to.
No,
No.
There's a stoplight, a stop sign.
So I
probably
started to go into the intersection, realized all the cars are pointing one direction, went, whoop, K turned it, and woo, got pulled over. And this guy screamed at me. Screamed. So I ended up fighting the ticket, and the prosecutor was like, I do that every day, you're good.
Yeah, you're
Get the whole
fine.
thing out. I was like, that's awesome.
funny.
That makes it real simple, right? Yeah.
I've only argued with one police officer my whole life, and it was when Nicole and I were first dating. We went to I was going to the gym right by my house, a regular gym, and I had police officer friends of mine that worked out at that gym too. So Nicole came with me at that one time. She did one of those day passes.
Nicole went to a gym?
She's in great shape.
I'm
So, but anyway,
kidding. She
this
walks so fast.
is pre-marriage. So this is a long time ago, and we're pulling into the parking lot. And
What you guys have to understand, it's very hard to do because it's stone wheels.
Yeah, I know. And Nicole stopped pedaling with her feet. So I waved for a second at the police officer in the parking lot, and then I pulled my hand down because I thought it was one of my friends. It wasn't. So oh, my bad. So we pull into the spot. We're getting out of the car, and the guy's like, he goes, I know what you did. And I'm already lost. I'm like, oh, yeah, the wave? Yeah, I thought you were a friend of mine who works out here. My bad. But either way, hello. Hope you're having a great day. And he goes, no, that's not what you're doing. Stop bullying me. And I'm like, no, that's exactly what I did. And again, I was a lot more brash and less patient when I was younger.
Yep.
So
as young men can be.
So I'm going to go in the gym now. And he goes, no. He goes, now you're giving me an attitude. He says, no, you know what you did, and you were trying to, and like, well, you know what? Let's pretend like you. I don't know, and you're gonna tell me what I did. Let's go. Let me know, because my friend and I actually now said the police officer's name, works out here. I thought you were him. I went away, put my hand down. He goes, that's not what you did. Your girlfriend was sitting in the middle console, and you were trying to wave me off to not see her sitting on the middle console. Now. The middle, and I'm like, now you're gonna make me offend my girlfriend in front of her, and it's not an offense because it's one of the reasons I like her. I said, but she's blessed with her on the bottom there. She ain't fitting on the damn middle console whether she wanted to or not. So 1, I'm not waving you off. 2, she ain't sitting on the console. I said, if you want to continue to have this conversation, which is honestly wasting my time, there's the gym. Meet me inside. If you got to cuff me, we'll do it over there. I'll be on one of the bench presses. I'll make it easier for you. But otherwise, and he starts yelling. I just walk right past him as he's doing it. Nicole doesn't know what to do. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Well,
oh my God,
I
oh
mean,
my God.
I mean, you have to break a law. You have to break a law. There's escalation. But there used to be bench seats, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we used to have it. The
we
Cutlass
drove,
Supreme used to have
we
one. The
drove
Cutlass.
one of the Spartan races.
I missed the bench seats.
So Joe Pacone, before he got his new car, Joe Pacone had an old
Pacone.
Buick with a bench seat in the front.
Before he was
and
Dr. Pacone?
He drove
Yes.
us. He drove us to a Spartan race. 3 people in the front, 3 people in the back.
Was I there for that?
I think so.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
They're
Sure enough.
great. The bucket
Because it was
seats are
it was a
awesome.
bench seat. No, it wasn't a bucket seat. It was a bench seat.
I mean, the bench seats. I'm sorry. They're the best. The bench seats.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
have to say. Yep. Yeah. Have you
They
ever
don't-
even
they-
driven in one, Steve?
And what's something with the bench seat?
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Did you?
My parents'
Okay.
car. One of my parents' cars. They didn't have it for long. One of my parents' cars did have bench seats.
Yeah,
I think
Nicole's car had
it's
one.
funny how that's not a thing anymore. Sitting 3 across.
Is it the safety thing?
It probably has
Probably.
safety, I would assume.
But I don't see it. I don't see it any safer in the back of the cars now with that middle one.
Yeah.
I'm like, that can't be safe at all. So in my SUV now, we just do captain's chairs in the back, so you don't even have the 3
Yeah.
across. We have the 3rd row seating that's straight across, but still you could really only fit 2. You could squeeze 3 in,
yeah.
but there's 3 seat belts there, but it's not really built for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know
that's
that
funny.
space for like the 4 of you? Come on.
Yes. We use that back row often. Whenever any of the kids,
Yeah, when you-
that's
when
the
you-
whole point.
when
You
you
have
have
friends and
friends,
stuff.
yep, I know.
Throw everybody in.
I think about
and
that all the
it's
time. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to get something bigger one of these days. The Declan has friends.
Eventually, the boys are a little easier to jam on top of each other. They
Yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out. They figure it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, we wanted the 3rd row. as soon as we had the second kid, we're like,
Nick,
yeah, we get it.
Steve, you just put people in the bed of his truck.
Yep, sure.
You could lay him
could,
down.
if I wanted to.
Listen, when I was
Not
younger,
legal.
I know.
Not legal. Do not condone.
You're
Don't
fine.
do it.
You're fine.
Don't do it.
When we were younger, we would do that. So my dad would be like, "Okay, let's go," and we would just jump in the back
That was
seat.
one of the strangest things when I visit my sister in Missouri, which
still do that
we're
now.
doing next week. But like, but they would have dogs as they're driving in the bed of the truck.
But are they leashed anywhere? They just lay down.
Nah, they're just free on highways and stuff. I'm like, what is going on here? This is crazy.
Yeah, you don't want them
That's a little
jumping out of the
scary.
back seat.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
I would have at least tried to leash them so.
I mean, I didn't see a leash, but I was more blown away at a dog in the bed of a truck.
If they're brought up that way and they're used to like this is where you stay, almost like crating it.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like
That's where you stay. Yeah,
Not
it's
a fan.
fine.
Yeah, it's still the chance. It's just.
It's a different. Listen, Missouri's a different world, by the way. You know. better than I do.
Yeah.
It's
Sure
beautiful.
We'll be there next weekend.
That's cool. That should be a lot of fun.
Ooh, that means we need to work something out for the podcast.
We do.
Yeah. Well.
Well,
Oh, because you're leaving Friday night, right?
Friday
Yes.
morning.
Friday morning.
I'll be gone. I'll be in Missouri
Yeah, that's cool. You guys are going for the weekend, you said, right? Going
till
back
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That should be so much fun.
Missouri.
Yeah, get to see the family. I love it.
Yeah, my nephew's graduating high school, so we're gonna go out and see that, and I think we're gonna stop at the Arches when we land. Check
The
that
where?
out.
The Arches?
Yeah,
What's that?
it's like a national park.
You might have told me. You went last time already, right? You went once already before?
No, we've never been to that one.
Oh, then nothing you haven't told me. Never mind.
So you
Oh,
take like
cool.
a
A road to a
elevator
place.
up. It's one of the ones where you can't really walk. I don't know. Kelsey's in charge of all this.
Easy.
I'm always along for the ride.
Nice.
So
I'll drive us there, and then she'll tell us where to go. I like it. But you're never in the city, though. As long as you're not driving in the city. You weren't in the city, right? All right, sounds good.
just the absolute insistence that we weren't in the city, and I'm like, look up. Oh,
You missed
And
a glorious opportunity
and
to
let
bet
me
there,
say,
and I'm
I-
disappointed.
I
Disappointed.
do generally hate driving in the city.
I don't care either way.
I'm not a huge fan of it. So, I mean, I could do it. I mean, I'm a good
Obviously,
driver.
you did it.
I've done it a couple times. I mean, I drove my parents to LaGuardia, which is.
That's where our next trip is, at LaGuardia. But we're actually getting a service to take us there.
Thank God
Driving
we're flying out. We're
service.
flying out of Philly because Newark is crazy right now.
is it
I
really?
know. Oh, their
You haven't
their
followed
radar,
that?
their
You haven't
radars
seen-
are going down.
Their radars are going
while
down. 17
flights are happening.
70 people walked off the job.
They're
Air
they're
traffic
turning
controllers.
flights to local smaller airports because they can't land them.
There's
'Cause
one-
they're
so-
like, we can't see you.
So they
Oh,
they have construction going on. So they were down to oftentimes they're down to one runway. 17 air traffic controllers walked off the job, and they keep losing their radar for like malfunctions. So like just this week they lost. Oh, we went blind again. Like, and
And you
I
have to remember, these pilots, they can't see what's happening.
Which is-
so,
Not down there.
No, and not even just down there. There's so much happening in the airspace
Yeah.
above the airport.
And they're-
by the time they see another plane coming in, the maneuver
which
time is limited.
which
Like,
I'm
almost
always worried is going to trickle out now because Newark's a very big and
Huge.
well-traveled
airport. Yep.
airport.
I use it all the time.
And now we're flying out of Philly, but I'm like, I hope things don't like
Spiderweb out.
spiderweb
Because now
out.
they
And a
start
lot of
leveraging
times the
other
problem
places.
is when you're coming back. So I'm worried about Master Paul coming back because he's away, and
And he's coming to Newark, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So Newark is
And
in shambles
I'll
right
be
now.
honest, a lot of people complain about Newark. I love Newark.
I
as an
love the airport
I
itself,
love it.
but that freaks me out with the whole flying thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to keep air traffic controllers like from retiring. So like they're giving them like because there's nobody. 17
Well,
walked off the job.
It's
17.
a hard job to get. I had a friend of mine trying to be
Oh,
an
yeah,
air
well,
traffic controller.
Kelsey's
it's
a-
difficult.
He's not technically family, but yeah, they have our
Close
North
friend.
Carolina people. One of them is a air traffic controller. It's
They're gonna have to
it's-
kick up the money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're gonna have to.
I mean,
kick
it's
up the money.
it's a high stress job.
Like, yeah. One mistake and you killed a bunch of people. I mean,
yeah.
You can't mess around. Between that and the pilot, every
Exactly.
the airports are very sensitive business models. You just got to be super careful. It's not like a car. It's
Yeah,
a lot
can't
of
be
risk.
going on one ways.
No.
And on that, you stay kicking internet.
Buonanotte a tutti.
Tutte fresca.
Done.
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie roll.
Ah, Did we? Anything else you gentlemen want to talk about? Or are we comfort mode?
not really-
No, let's comfort mode it for tonight. We're good.
All right, we're good.
We'll
Comfort
jump
mode.
back into it.
It's the creed.
What are we doing with comfort mode? How are we doing it?
You're doing your eggs like
we're
normal.
kicking it
We're gonna one-way drive it
down into comfort mode. Love it. If you have not already, please make sure you follow us on Instagram and our largest platform, TikTok, at Kickin and Crocs, KICKIN.in.Crocs.
Make the other platforms reach the same as TikTok.
Correct.
That's how you spell Crocs.
Spell Crocs? Yeah.
Oh, also CROCS.
The best. Oh, and we're getting an average of 600 to 800 hits on our website every month.
On the website?
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Yep. So that's pretty good. 'Cause I got an email saying your averages are going up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and it's 600 to 800 times that clicks onto his website.
Yeah. No, I only
That's how many times he's checking
only,
how many
only
people have
7.
come to
What's happening with the
No,
click?
that's unique hits.
Okay,
Thank you very
all right.
much.
All right. I believe you.
Oh, then it would be mine. Yeah.
Well, subscribe to us on YouTube to watch all the awesome videos that we have coming out, like the challenge video that we have coming out tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Who wins the next jibbet?
Oh.
You have to watch and find out.
You have to watch and find out. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. That'll be dropping soon. Comment
Tomorrow?
below. Yeah, tomorrow.
Does the Kickin and
Wait,
Crocs?
wait. What do you say tomorrow? You mean Monday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's
Today
the
is
question.
Sunday, sir.
Ready? Does the Kicking and Crocs crew lose access to the gibbet wins, or do they?
That is
keep
true, because we
control?
do have other people involved in these
And
challenges.
I was able to hold it for the first one, but it doesn't mean that continues.
And believe it or not, well, I won the first one.
That was only the 3 of us.
Yeah, it was only 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
There was no
not a mixed challenge.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you did win that though. That was the Chinese Star one, right? Yeah, you won it.
The Ninja Star, yeah, it was. Comment below if you have any opinions on any of the topics that we talked about today. Comment below any car stories that you have, since we talked a lot about car stories today.
And remember, we need to know Luca's favorite Star Wars character.
If you know Luca's favorite Star Wars character, I will reveal next week which gibbet won the poll.
Chaka-bucka.
And whichever gibbet won the poll, I don't think it was the yin and yang, so I think you get to keep that one.
Okay,
but
cool.
whichever of the other gibbets won the poll, Nick will do a giveaway for that gibbet. So
Chaka-bucka.
there you go. Yep, Chaka-bucka.
do it.
And if you're listening on audio only, then you should give us.
Lots
stars.
of stars, like 17 or something. Just a whole bunch.
That's an interesting number.
It's
All
an
right,
interesting number.
Mr. Bots, 17 stars in the comments. Go.
Make it happen. We
Got it.
appreciate you for it.
Mr. Bots.
And subscribers, make it happen. Thank you.
Yes, we need those. Absolutely.
Cool.
Well, until next time, I've been Steve.
Always Dave.
Still Nick?
If you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
It's not me now?
Mm-hmm.
Tutte fresca. No, I love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
And good night.
Is that
No.
what put a note
I
that
already
tutti
said,
means?
I already said
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
No,
well,
you
that's a
have to-
good night to everyone. Is what
Oh,
it
good night
means.
to everybody. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, you said buona tutte.
No,
That's what he just said.
buonanotte. I already said it.
Buona notte.
A tutti.
But I already said
Fresca
it.
tutte.
Did you say resta tutte?
A tutte fresca?
Sure.
All right,
Yes.
You stay kicking, internet.
Shining with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin' in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.